Yes, welcoming each and everyone back onto this daily Parashakti Akashic reading. So whether you're viewing us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or any other social media platform, welcome back. We'll be now entering into the next segment, which is the glimpses of the glorious past on the 17th of February. So in this segment, if you do not already know, we go through the years on this very day, the 17th of February, and we see the various activities and contributions performed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism towards humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the only Hindu nation, enlightenment ecosystem, civilizational nation, and through that is reviving authentic Hinduism, and not only reviving, but also making Hinduism available to each and everyone so that their life can be highly contributed in various ways by the various dimensions of the authentic Hindu lifestyle. So without further ado, we'll be jumping into the first year of today's segment. Starting with the year 2004. On this day, his presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, revealed that it is the totality that makes us slip into divinity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that anything we do totally takes us to enlightenment, and that even total laziness can be a path to enlightenment. In his inimitable way, he defined the mind as that what makes things half-half, that which is constantly moving, the sanchala. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that when we are total, we slip from mind and reach the level of energy. When we are total with anything, we will move out from the past and out of the horizontal dimensions. With totality, we will fall into the vertical, into the energy, and into the consciousness itself. So here, very important insight, very interesting insight by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about the importance of being total. Let us listen few minutes to the address that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave on this day in Seattle, USA, directly from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Welcome you all with my love and respect. I have my headquarters in Bangalore, South India. I am born in a place called Thiruvannamalai. It is a pilgrimage center of South India. The world's biggest Shiva temple is there. Shiva is the popular god worshipped by Indians, Hindus. If you heard of Ramana Maharishi, a great enlightened mystic who lived in this South India, he lived there. Any of you have heard about Ramana Maharishi? He lived there. He lived there more than 50 years. It is from his disciples. It is from the disciples of Ramana Maharishi I had the first inspiration to enter into the spiritual life. Just like a casual visitor, along with the family, I went to meet a Swami called Annamalai Swami, disciple of Ramana Maharishi, a close disciple of Ramana Maharishi. To see him, he was teaching. He was talking to the people that we are beyond the pain and suffering. That we are not the body, we are beyond pain and sufferings. No misery touches us. When I heard all these words, I felt excited to give it. How he says that we will not be affected by pain. He says we are beyond pain I went to the house and took a knife and cut myself to see whether we have pain or not. Still now the mark is there. Of course, I had a terrible pain. Not only the pain, the blows from mother. What have you done? What foolish things you have done? After having a first aid and the basic medical care, I went back to that Swami to complain. What is this? You taught that we don't have pain, and I went and cut myself. And I had a terrible pain. Then he said, you are not understood in a proper angle. Please do this meditation, then you will understand. He gave me a small meditation technique. He asked me to find out the source of your thoughts. Find out source of your thoughts. From where thoughts are coming. So, I am too young to do all this meditation. But I was sincerely trying to understand what he says. It took 2 years, continuous practice, or I can say, trying to practice that meditation technique on one evening, which was Buddha Purnima. Buddha Purnima evening, when I was 12, in the evening day, I was sitting just under the hillock and trying to do the meditation. Suddenly, something has happened in my being. I could see all the 360 degree at 1 minute. In 1 second, without opening the eyes, all the 360 degree. It was a strange experience. A very strange spiritual experience. This is the city where I am born. A big Shiva temple. The world's biggest Shiva temple exists there. Himalayas, the people who practice meditation, you can say it's a world's spiritual nerve center. The people who practice meditation, all of them gather there. I ran away to Himalayas to have a master. When I was 17, I ran away to Himalayas. This is the age. The meditation has reached thousands and thousands of people. The meditation techniques and the benefit of healing has reached to thousands. By divine grace, I am again second time coming to the States. This is the basic introduction. We will enter into the today's discourse subject. Today we have a subject, a strange subject, lazy man's guide to enlightenment. That is the subject. A small story from Ramana Maharishi's life. One man came to Ramana Maharshi, a great enlightened master who lived in this place, and he asked, what is the way to become enlightened? What is the way to achieve the spiritual knowledge? Can you just tell me what ritual, what technique I should practice? What mantra I should chant? What will be the proper way? What puja I should do? Puja means the worship I should do. What is the method? What is the way? What is the technique? Bhagavan, the master, replied in one word, just relax. That is the only word he said, just relax. The disciple is so sincere, he left everything, relaxed in one place, in the outside of one house. He just started relaxing, not for 1 day or 2 days. He just relaxed so totally, more than 20 years he lived in that same place, and the beauty is, when the Bhagavan said, just relax, and when he decided to relax, the moment he became enlightened. The very moment he became enlightened. Bhagavan says, for lazy people there is no need for a guide to become enlightened. For lazy man, there is no need for a guide to become enlightened. There is no need to have a guide to reach the enlightenment. Even in laziness, we are not total. That is the problem. If you know how to be totally lazy, you can simply reach the enlightenment. Even in laziness, we are not total. We are off in everything. When we are off, when we are resting, we are off. When we are doing something in anything, we are only off. We are not total in anything. That is the problem. One king goes to a Zen master and asks, Master, what is Zen? What is meditation? The master says, Zen, it is nothing. When I feel hungry, I eat. When I feel like sleeping, I sleep. Over. That is what is Zen. Of course, difficult to understand for the logical mind.
Yes. So after having listened few words from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about his introduction and about how we are not total in anything that we do, and how even in laziness, if we decide to be total, we will slip into enlightenment. So with this, we'll be moving to the next year of today's segment.
We are now moving on to the 17th of February 2007. On this day's presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared with the delegates the technique of going beyond the mind and explained the importance of staying awake on the occasion of the sacred night of Mahashivaratri. In his own words, see, mind will be alive as long as the possibility for dilemma exists. The possibility for dilemma is closed, the mind won't be alive. Today, just try. Tell yourself very clearly. No question of saying yes to the mind. Manasya sthiraha mantraha, which makes your mind sthira, strong, is mantra. Take a strong decision that you will not let your mind decide. You will not say yes to your mind. Simply you will see. Sleep will disappear. It's wonderful technique, saying clear-cut no to your mind. There are so many things, so many reasons why our masters created this, all these traditions and techniques and methods. So here, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is expanding on the auspicious day of Mahashivaratri, the day where Bhagavan Paramashiva appeared as a light shaft to give the enlightenment to Lord Brahma and Vishnu. Here let us watch a beautiful excerpt from the satsang where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expands on the Mahashivaratri.
भजन करो नित्य नामं मधुरं 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 ध्यान करो भगवान नित्य नादं ध्यान करो भगवान नित्यनादं ध्यान करो भगवान नित्यनादं ध्यान करो भगवान नित्यनादं भजन करो नित्यनामं मधुरं भजन करो नित्यनामं मधुरम् आनन्द निलयं प्रेम अमृतम् आनन्द निलयं प्रेम अमृतम् आनन्द निलयं प्रेम अमृतम् आनन्द निलयं प्रेम अमृतम् ध्यान करो मन मधुरं मधुरम् 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 भवभयहरणं नित्यपुरीवासं भवभयहरणं नित्यपुरीवासं भवभयहरणं नित्यपुरीवासं भवभयहरणं नित्यपुरीवासं भजन करो नित्यनामं मधुरं भजन करो नित्यनामं मधुरं ध्यान करो भगवान नित्यनादं ध्यान करो भगवान नित्यनादं भजन करो नित्यनामं मधुरं भजन करो नित्यनामं मधुरम् आनन्द निलयं प्रेम अमृतम् आनन्द निलयं प्रेम अमृतम् आनन्द निलयं प्रेम
Now we will have the main Shivaratri pujas. We will have Abhishekam and the Homa and Maharati early morning. Understand, not sleeping this night is considered as a great spiritual practice. Why not sleeping is considered as a spiritual practice? This is actually a technique to stabilize your mind. Usually, your mind listens to your body's comforts and the recorded routine. Not sleeping means you need to say no to your mind. How many times you say no to your mind? Try your best. Always you play its game. As long as the possibility that you may say yes at one moment exists, mind will play its game. But if you decide very clearly, I am not going to say yes, how many times mind may try. Simply mind will stop even asking you to say yes. See, mind will be alive as long as the possibility for dilemma exists. The possibility for dilemma is closed. Mind won't be alive.
On this day, also the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, organized and presided over the first Ananda Spurna program that was conducted by his direct acharyas in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So here we can see the ESP, which is a 2-day program which focuses on opening the chakras, was conducted in Dubai.
Entering now into the year 2008, on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, was invited as a special guest by Sri Balagangadharanatha Swamiji from Adi Chunchanagiri Mutt for the most auspicious occasion, the Mahakumbhabhishekam of the Sri Kalabhairava Veshwara Swami Devalaya in Bengaluru, India. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism being invited to this Devalaya by the Swami Sri Balagangadharanatha. So for the sake of this great happening, the Mahakumbhabhishekam, which is the inauguration of the temple. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism spent time in his life to reach out to various Hindu leaders to bring Hinduism together and to help not only the enriching dimension of Hinduism, but also to protect Hinduism from the various forms of persecution that it has suffered from in the last thousands of years. Here we have a few more pictures. Earlier that day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also conducted the Dhyana Acharya Convention in Adi Kailasa. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting a program to train people into becoming acharyas, becoming guides for meditation. So here we can see devotees, disciples gathering in Adi Kailasa to receive the training from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism into becoming a Dhyana Acharya.
Let us now move on to the 17th of February 2010. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expounded on the cosmic principles of the Bhagavad Gita during a series of satsangs, which on that day took place in the city of Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. So if you're following our segment, past a few days, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been on a tour around Tamil Nadu and southern India, giving the satsangs on Bhagavad Gita to the various crowds in various cities. Here we can see one such event which took place in the city of Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, where, as you can see in the picture, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is giving the satsang for thousands, tens of thousands of people who are gathered in the city just to hear the satsang and the sacred truths of the Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And if you want to learn more on the Bhagavad Gita and hear the sacred revelations of the Bhagavad Gita, you can log on to Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda, the official YouTube channel of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, to watch the satsangs and to see the truths that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed on the Bhagavad Gita. And also, if you want to see the satsang and the transcript of that day's satsang, you can head over to Nithyanandapedia and enter the same day, 17th of February 2010, and you will be finding the satsang and transcript of the Bhagavad Gita Dhyana Satsang. Later that day, after the Bhagavad Gita discourse, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted a special darshan for each and everyone who came to be at his feet. Lakhs of people had gathered in order to receive the darshan of the Nijavatara of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, with each of them bringing malas to be blessed, requesting healing for themselves, and also carrying lists of their relatives' names that needed Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's healing. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism attended tirelessly to each and every one. He enriched and blessed couples and elders with love compassion, and deep listening, and each person felt that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was there for them, only for them. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism attending and giving the darshan to the lakhs of people who came to attend the Bhagavad Gita Dhyana Satsang in the city of Coimbatore in southern India.
Entering now into the year 2011, on that day's presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, expanded on the 119th Sutra, chapter 3, and the verse 13th of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and more specifically on the altered states of awareness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that when we expand our understanding about the different states of awareness, our fear, greed, joy, everything changes. Naturally, many of the problems we think are problems, they disappear. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that enlightenment means having an expanded, complete understanding about the cosmos continuously, and the ability to maintain that understanding in our biomemory and muscle memory. So here the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanding on one of important scriptures of Hinduism, which is the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, which are sutras revealed by the great enlightened being Patanjali, who was an incarnation of Adishesha and who received the knowledge from the cosmos by Paramashiva himself. He was a devotee of Nataraja. So here the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanding on the altered states of consciousness, of awareness, the altered states of awareness, and how everything changes when we start to experience and move towards these altered states of awareness. So before moving on to the next year, we'll be taking a short break. We'll be right back with the next year's in a short moment. Stay tuned.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity. I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to Kailasa. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment.
Yes, so we now enter into the next year, the year 2012. On this day's presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism intercepted the Akashic records on the fourth chapter, ninth verse of the Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga on the Bhagavad Gita. From this grand cosmic download and the rehappening of the Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expounded on the legend of Narada, a sage who demanded of the god Vishnu to experience Maya, the illusion of existence. Vishnu began hiccuping and sent Narada to the river for water. At the river, Narada met a beautiful girl, fell in love, forgot Vishnu, and created a career and a family with the girl. After many years, everything was swept away in a flood. Only then did Narada remember his errand and realize that his entire life had been a dream. He understood that the illusion began with the hiccups, and for how can God hiccup? So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the presidential address, and also we can see in the picture on the left conducting the Dial the Avatar, receiving live phone calls from people from around the world, answering questions about what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded, as well as listening to their desires and prayers, requests, giving them boons and blessings. Like that, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been using modern day technology to allow the enriching and to allow the reaching out to happen more and more, as this dimension of enriching has been forgotten a lot in the past hundreds of years, which has caused Hinduism to suffer from the various persecutions that it has been going through. We can also see on the right side the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism giving the Sarva Darshan to each and everyone who gathered physically in the Adi Kailasa to listen to the address of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism attending to each and everyone, blessing them, reading their questions, and whatever the disciple or devotee wished to share with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, blessing them and helping them to raise themselves to higher states of awareness.
We are now moving on to the 17th of February 2013. On this day's presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expounded on the Tattva of integrity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that integrity is beyond both morality and ethics. It means quite simply continuously honoring the words we give to ourselves and to others. When one declares one's commitment wholeheartedly, one finds fulfillment. If the commitment is perverted by inauthenticity, one harms either oneself through guilt or others through violence. Following every word to completion, bringing integrity deeply into life, destroys agamya karma, the karma one accumulates through distraction. It can even reduce prarabdha karma, the work we took birth to accomplish. So here the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is expanding on integrity, the power of integrity, and also how through integrity we can reduce the karmas of this lifetime and also the karmas that we have bought over the various lifetimes.
Entering now into the year 2014. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, along with the ambassadors of the Kailasa nation and inner awakening participants, went to pay respects to Sri Rishi Prabhakar, who left the body the day before. Guruji Rishi Prabhakar was a builder of world leaders. He was the founder of the Rishi Samskruti Vidya Kendra, a public charitable trust, and had also developed many powerful yoga, kriya, and meditation programs. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism attending to um, ceremonies which were performed after Sri Rishi Prabhakar left the body. So like that, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism showing his support to the various lineages, traditions, and Hindu leaders in their fields, allowing for that coexisting, displaying how even though we might be working in our separate ways, we are all working for the same cause, and like that, showing his support and blessings for everyone who gathered for the passing of Sri Rishi Prabhakar.
We are now moving on to the 17th of February 2015. This day was the auspicious Mahashivaratri. On this day, the Kailasa nation celebrated from dawn to dusk with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Kailasa nation celebrated this grand day with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by participating in the procession in Adi Kailasa. Thousands of delegates, diplomats, disciples, and even e-citizens of Kailasa took part in this procession, whether in person or onlooking through a two-way conference from all corners of the world. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism celebrating on the auspicious day of Mahashivaratri.
Reconvened, and all members were graced with an intimate session with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where he expounded on the third eye and Kundalini awakening process. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism taking part in the Brahmotsavam, in the procession for Devi Raja Rajeshwari. That is the picture on the left. And on the right, we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism sitting in a casual setup with the participants of the Inner Awakening Convention, attending to their questions and spending good casual time with each and every one of them, preparing them for the next processes of third eye and Kundalini awakening.
We are now entering into the 17th of February 2017. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued with the auspicious courtyard power manifestation sessions with the delegates and diplomats of Kailasa, while on the other side of the embassy, the Nithyananda Youth Convention was conducted. Kailasa began this day with the sacred Rudrabhishekam ritual, followed by the Nijapadam procession. Later, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gathered Kailasa's Nithyananda Gurukul students and disciples for lunch and power manifestation. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism having, as usual, a beautiful busy day in Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapita, beginning with the Rudrabhishekam, the offering of sacred bath to the 21-foot linga, followed by the procession, where we carry the
only solid foundation with the right context on a personal and global level for permanent living on Bhuloka. So here the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanding on the importance of always seeking for the truth in whatever we do, and how Hinduism is mainly focused on that. He also expanded on the importance of reading the first 12 Upanishads in order to be equipped with the right understanding and knowledge, in order to be able to move towards the truth. Finally, he shared that the knowledge on how to live on Bhuloka, on this plane, is available only through the Sampradayas of Hinduism. So the Hindu Sampradayas have the knowledge. They have the knowledge of how to be living properly and permanently on this plane, Bhuloka.
We are now moving on to the day of the 17th of February 2019. On this day's presidential address by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, he expounded on the cosmic principles of Paramasatya, and officially launched a new Kailasa governance organization, the Paramashivoham, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism described to be the antidote for people's delusions. This Kailasa governance body was specifically dedicated to leading the world to the enlightened Hindu civilization by helping the society by offering free sattvic food, sharing the yoga and science of power manifestation from the source Paramashiva himself, and more. Let us now take a few moments to see this beautiful video of the daily darshan at the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya.
Yes. Entering now into the year 2020, 2 years ago, on this day, the presidential address done by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, he expanded on the cosmic principle. Effortlessly entering into the space of Paramashiva happens by recognizing Paramashiva is the ultimate reality. Furthermore, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that life has two layers. One, life as we decide the way we want to exist. And two, as it is forced upon us. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared the truth that if one decides to continuously dedicate oneself for the way of life he or she wanted to manifest with Tyaga, then the life forced on that person melts down and aligns itself to the life the way he or she wanted. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing during this presidential address and expanding on this extremely important, powerful cognition of Tyaga and how by doing Tyaga in our life, how the dimension of life which is forced upon us melts down and aligns to the life we want, we decide, and we want to manifest. So a very powerful cognition, inviting each and everyone to listen to this presidential address on the 17th of February 2020. You can head over to Nithyandapedia in order to access this presidential address by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
We are now moving on to the 17th of February 2021. On this day's presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on how freedom is manifesting our possibilities, not our choices. Before beginning the presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism graced the Kailasa Dwajarohanam for Rajarajeshwari Brahmotsavam, which took place live from Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapita Embassy. After the ritualistic celebrations were completed, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed a sacred truth that all our possibilities are from our consciousness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that our consciousness is the source of all our possibilities and that our mind is the source of all our probabilities. The modern day civilization teaches that choices are freedom, and the worst brainwashing done to Hindus was to stop them in the level of choices. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reminded everyone that possibilities which come from our consciousness is the real freedom and not probabilities which stem from our mind. So this was a beautiful satsang given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And if you want to listen more to the truths expanded by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the difference between probability and possibility, you can head over to Kailasa's Nithyananda on the same day, 1 year ago, to see the live satsang, see the video of the satsang and also the transcript of the satsang. So with that, we thank everyone for joining us in this beautiful segment of the glimpses of the glorious past. And we will now be entering into the initiation, which is a preparation for the Paramashivoham Level 3 program, which is beginning on the 1st of March till the 21st of March. And I would like to take this opportunity to inform all the viewers, if you want to register for the Paramashivoham program, you can see the link on the screen, kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. So we again want to thank all the viewers who have joined us in this beautiful segment, and we invite you to come to the next segment of today's live, which is the initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us get ready to receive the initiation. Please sit straight. Come to a space of deep listening and gratitude.
Today, the initiation is for Sahaja Samadhi. Please understand,